Hello, this is Brian, and you're watching the Vortex show. Now, this is the first one in a long time that I've done, and I'm going to try to start putting one out every day if possible, until I can hit the 100 mark, to where we can start getting some visibility. First thing I want to talk about is this coronavirus thing that's going around. This is a preconceived operation by the world powers to thin the population out, I think, seeing that there is a patent on this virus filed with the Copyright Office. All you got to do is do a search on it. May want to use something other than Google, seeing how they're major players in this one world stuff. But do a search on coronavirus patent, and you can pull it up yourself. You can go to the patent office and type in the specific name of it. I think it was H1 something. But I wanted to give you a heads up about how you can combat this and try not to contract it. My first advice to you would be to get some nano silver or colloidal silver. Now, if you get just the standard colloidal silver that is not nano, then you need to watch how much of it you take. I would only recommend like an eyedropper full every 3 or 4 days. You don't want to overdo it with the standard colloidal silver. But if you can get a hold of the nano silver, which there are places that sell that, just once again, do a search on the internet, you can find it. The nano silver will pass through your system and not accumulate like the standard colloidal silver can. That's why you need to be careful how much you take of it. I would, even if you get the nano silver, I would be sparing on how much you take of that. The silver is a natural antibiotic. It kills organisms and so forth. And then something else you can do is get you some food grade iodine, which is available at several different places. You can get it at Alex Jones's InfoWars store. They got a good brand of it, and there are a couple other websites. Once again, do a search on it. You can find pretty much anything that I'm talking about here. I don't really have time today to do all the homework for you, so you have to put a little effort into it yourself. And then if you do find yourself getting sick, one thing that I used back in 2003 when I believe I had the SARS virus, and this is I'm not sure that's what it was, because actually the hospital never would tell me exactly what it was, but they gave me the Zithro pack, which is a 7-pill system, and I took that and nothing happened. And then they give me another regimen of it and nothing happened. So here I am sick for 3 weeks, and I was tired of being sick, so I went and bought a half gallon of Captain Morgan rum, sat down with a couple friends of mine on a Saturday night, and we drank that whole thing in a few hours, and the next day I felt 50% better. By the second day I was about 80%, and by the third day it was totally gone. So no virus can live in an alcohol-rich environment. So if you do end up getting that stuff, and they say there's no cure for it, well, I say hogwash. The old-fashioned cure will probably work. Just drink you some massive alcohols of your favorite alcohol. I wouldn't recommend beer because that's not that high of a alcohol content, but get you something strong. And let's move on to our next subject. This whole thing with the Trump impeachment and that whole bunch of hogwash that we had going on with that. I'm not going to be fully satisfied till some of them are going to prison. Supposedly I'm hearing that people are going to be going to prison over this, especially Hillary Clinton. You know, if you violate the law, I mean, no one's supposed to be above the law. You need to do your time, especially if there's a victim. No, I don't believe in statutory law, especially where there's no victim involved. No one has suffered any monetary or physical damage, and there is no crime. And so we got people going to jail every day for statutory crimes where there's no victim, but these people have killed people and ruined people's lives monetarily, and they get to get away with it scot-free. So that's not right, and somebody needs to pay for that. Let's see, what else do we have here today? Oh, the news about Saudi Arabia going into an oil war with us by flooding the market with oil, slashing their prices tremendously. So we should be seeing gas prices go down below $2 for the first time in I think it's been like a year and a half since it was below $2, maybe 2 years. You can pull up an article on that on zerohedge.com. There's a pretty good article talking about that on there. And let's see here. Perhaps we'll see $1.50 gas come this summer. Wouldn't that be great? I'm going to be trying to build my website for like the third time I've tried this, which is mostly going to be centered around my N.A.I.L.S organization that I created way back in 1996. And N.A.I.L stands for National Association of Inmate Legal Systems. This is to help people who have been railroaded to the system, having evidence manufactured against them, who are sitting in jails or prisons as a result of criminal activity by the prosecution withholding evidence favorable to the defense, and perjured testimony, and everything that I uncovered when I was locked up back in the late 90s, which I beat. I was a jailhouse lawyer, got myself and like 6 other people out of jail or prison.